Hey guys, good morning. It's Friday morning at 9:30, and I walked out here a little while ago, and I figured it was a pretty nice morning, and I wanted to put a little video of the yard where I live here up. Some of you guys helped me with the GoFundMe campaign, and then others have helped me in other ways. And most of my good friends, except for a handful, have been here. But those that I've met on Facebook, they haven't really been here. And I was just going to give a short tour, if you got a few minutes to waste. But anyway, this is my immediate front yard. This is my truck that wasn't broken and now is, but my house is kind of small. It's a little dirty. Please forgive me. It needs to be straightened up. But that's the porch that I put on within the last year, and essentially that's an unfinished garage. I'm trying to make use of it. And then there's a fenced-in area there that wasn't there. My dad came and started to put that up for me because it was getting difficult to walk my dogs, because of some pain that I was experiencing. That was from cancer. I didn't know it was from cancer at the time. I thought I just had a back injury that was taking a long time to heal. But anyway, that fence has it's done me some big favors, because if I can't walk the dogs, if I'm in too much pain, I can just walk out there and they can do their business and all that. And I didn't have anything like that before, and now I do. But this is my front yard, and yeah, half the time it is kept unmowed like it is right now. Of course, depending on what you call a weed, there's weeds everywhere. There's a fennel bush and all that around that. That's oregano. That's just kind of growing there. Here's some. This is the beds where I keep mostly my comfrey in there, and you can see the comfrey's all kind of in there. I haven't dug this root up for roots. I've been selling some of these. There's been a lady by the name of Amy on Facebook. She's helping me sell what I have left this season. And then there's been some others, Nina, and oh gosh, there's been a couple others and I can't remember the names right off the bat. I'm sorry about that, guys. But anyway, this is where I dug the comfrey from, and here you can see this is a bush that was dug, and then I took the roots off of them that I needed, and I sent them to the people who ordered them. But then I came back and I planted crown cuttings back in the places where these were, so I could extend the number of plants that I have. So maybe if I'm around next year, maybe I'll be able to sell those maybe next year for a little bit of income. I generally asked $2 a piece for the root cuttings, but there are people who have been really generous, and they have given me more money than what they owed me for roots, and it really has helped me. But anyway, there's the last of the comfrey, and here's just some. Most everything that's in the yards here has either been naturalized to the yard from some previous source, or I've went and chased things down and planted them here. There's a couple of American beautyberry bushes right there, and they came up there, so I just left them there. This mulberry, I found a mulberry sprout just growing in the driveway, and I was like, hey, I want that, so I moved it over here to the edge. And of course, when I found it, it was about a foot tall, and now it's about I don't know, maybe 10-12 foot tall. A couple fig bushes I bought the other day. Those don't really count because I went and I bought those. But and then I just got miscellaneous stuff in these red raised beds. You can see the tomato, and there's some radishes there to keep various insects away. Those radishes are not to eat. They're just to remain there and keep whatever non-beneficial insects there are out. These are some of my top setting onions. They're kind of fun. Some people call them cataweesas, others call them Egyptian walking onions. They get bulb sets at the top of the plant. It's the only onion I've ever seen do that. But that's neat. And of course they start growing right there. And then what happens is they fall down on the ground like that one right there, and they root and they start separate plants, which is why they call them a walking onion. They just kind of fall over and grow, you know, real close. And there's another tomato. I'm not taking care of the tomato. That's not helping it, but nonetheless, there's a little bit of activity going on there. And that right there, that's another comfrey plant. I planted that last year to see how well it would work in these in this drier bed. And in general, anything I didn't plant here on purpose, I just look at to see what it is when it comes up. And if I want it, I keep it. And if I don't want it, then I leave it for a while unless I need the space. But there's some purslane in here. It's still early summer, but you can see there's one coming up, and there's several others that are smaller than that. There's some flowers. This bed has not been kept well, but nonetheless, there's some flowers that my friends in Michigan gave me. Most of these came from Jen Folkert and Anna Dunster. Most of them came from Jen. She really did a lot of work and loaded me up with some nice plants. These lilies here, these doubles, those are from her. And I wouldn't say her, it's from her whole house, Marcus's house. I love these people, and they love me. And I can remember them just walking by these beds, and I can know that any fruit that would come out of my house that originated in their house, this is in a way like a symbol of that. And some people would understand that, and some people might not, and that's all right. There's some yarrow. Now my yarrow is not doing as well as Jen's yarrow, but Jen takes good care of her stuff. But nonetheless, it's not dying. It's just kind of coming up there. There's a couple of weeds mixed in there, and I'll sort through that when I have the energy. There's some goldenrod back there, but there's some lemon balm mixed in the goldenrod, and I never had lemon balm before. It can be helpful, but it's more helpful for a person with an overactive thyroid, because that stuff will kind of tranquilize your thyroid, and of course some people take advantage of that. If you eat all the food you can hold, and then you just can't seem to gain a pound, maybe some lemon balm tea is for you. But here's, I don't know what color this one will be, but Jen gave that also. This ugly one, and some people might say it's not ugly, but it's kind of ugly. That was already here. That one back there with the orange and the red there, that was already here. But basically all the rest of the stuff around here was given to me by my friends in Michigan. There's three goji berry plants. They're not very big. They were transplanted last year. Those came from my buddy Dave, and he also lives in Michigan. I didn't really want this to be like a tour of the yard. I just wanted to show how peaceful it was this morning, and how that's just kind of helpful sometimes in days like these. Got what appears to be like a lot of trouble, you know. have various things going on at your house that are uncool and you don't really know how to deal with. And so if there can be a morning like this, you know, tucked in amongst the chaos and the crisis, that's always cool. And I wanted to put this on film so that some of you guys who have met me on Facebook can kind of see the yard. There's stuff that I could move. These buckets have been here a little too long, and there's some stuff back there that could be moved, pieces of fence and whatnot. But in general, it's a green, growing, halfway decent place to be. This is a raised bed. This actually used to be a big compost pile right here. The tree guys that subcontract for the power company, they came by, and it was 2 years back now, and they were trimming up all these trees, and they were taking stuff that we didn't really want cut down, but we didn't have a choice. So I did manage to talk them into dumping 2 of their loads of chipped wood here, and I let it compost for 2 years. And then this year, I put about 3 inches of soil right here. The biggest part of the bed was right there where that. Ow! I'm getting bit by insects here. The biggest part of the bed was where that small pile is. And what I did is I took some of these logs, because as you can see, I got logs everywhere around here. I was trying to keep them and possibly make some material, some usable material out of them. But then I developed these panes and couldn't do what I wanted to do with them, and that was their state. They just ended up laying around here on the ground as logs. A couple more over there. Anyway, I made these 3 into kind of a half-ass raised bed, and I brought about 2 or 3 inches of just plain old field sand in, because there's not a lot of super fertile soil around here. And then I just spread the most of that pile on top of that, and I'm using it for a garden. Here in the front, I put some more comfrey. There's some of them are just plain root cuttings, and they haven't come up yet, but they're coming up. And then there's a line of peppers behind that. And here we have some okra, and that row did go all the way across, but some deer decided to stop for lunch one day and got that half of the row. But as you can see, I came back behind it and I planted another row. There's some there, and they are sprouted all the way down. Got another comfrey here. I also put some ginger, some roots that I had sprouted in the kitchen. Put some ginger in the ground. If I'm not mistaken, that's one of them right there. Anyway, there were 3 of them. But I've never grown ginger before. I'm just trying to wait and see how that works, because that'd be cool to have some of that. Here's the pond, and there's a couple, namely one. Her name is Pam, and she is also in the Folkert house, and she calls this Camp Chad because it's not exactly a city setting, and you can do things. You can walk in the woods, or you can fish, or you can do a lot of things, you know, and so she calls it Camp Chad, and that's kind of cool. In my mind, that's going to stick, even if I never call it that. In my mind, that's going to stick, because I hope that people can, you know, take advantage of things like this if they come here. But anyway, the pond is, the total area, I guess, would probably be about 2.5 acres. You can't see really the other half there, but there's an island that's really grown up there, and then there's beyond that there's another like 1/3 of the lake that you can't see. And this is what we call the deep end, which it's the deepest end, obviously. And there's bass in there, and there's brim and bluegill, and plenty of stuff to eat if you like to fish. And that's part of the deal. If I get up and it seems like it's a nice day, this is part of what's involved in a nice day. Anyway, everything is nice and green. In years past, we went for long periods of time without adequate rain in the spring, and all this greenness was just not there. Sometimes it would look like it was dying even before the summer had really kicked in, because it would just be dry and hot, and things would be dying actually. But anyway, this is the yard this morning, and I will essentially just post this for you guys to see, because it can be really nice sometimes, and this morning it is one of those times when it's real nice. It's an old hydroponic system I used to have back there by the air conditioner. I wanted to clean that up. There's a lot of gravel there. There'd be a lot of labor shoveling that back out of there. And I got to the point where I obviously couldn't do that either. I wish I could do it now, because there's a lot of other natives that would grow in part shade or full shade here. They could go there. And there's wild muscadines everywhere. There's a lot of neat stuff here. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm glad that I could get a little bit of footage here for you guys to just kind of check out where I live, and maybe kind of know just a little bit of me, because this is where I'm at, and this is where I do things, and anyway, for those of you who have helped me, I really appreciate it, and for those of you who may one day help me, I appreciate that too. But if you made it on my Facebook friends list, it's not really about what you can do for me. But anyway, you guys take care, and wish you were here, unless you got something better. And take care.